I sent an email about that resolution. Twice.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the prayer. Grant us, O Lord, light to our understanding, prudence in our investigating, foresight in our planning, sincerity in our deliberating, the grace to follow truth in our judgment. Help us to be moved in our decision, neither by fear nor by self-interest, and to do our work faithfully. May we respect the authority vested in us, for thou art the source of all authority, and may we use it in our directives for the common good, for the honor and glory. Amen. Lord, roll call, please.
Mr. Conrad.
Present.
Mrs. Uhas.
Present.
Mrs. Hardwick.
Present.
And that's our committee.
You. Okay. Moving on to discuss about the sewer. Mr. Conrad?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you everyone for getting here a little early today. I know this has been a kind of long-standing issue that we've been discussing is our MOU with Eastlake, in regards to the settlement of our past due balance of the invoices we received, plus going forward, kind of an understanding of what the split will look like. So the MOU that's presented before you today is essentially we pay the same rate as Eastlake. We settle for what's currently in our debt service fund. Debt service fund, the right term for it? Debt service fund,
Sanitary sewer
debt service
maintenance,
fund.
maintenance fund.
Maintenance fund. Kind of forego that cost to them, which is a cost saving over the invoices we've got. And then kind of just going forward, we will pay the exact same rate that Eastlake residents pay. And that'll be it. So I know Mr. Harrison talked to Mr. Clammer. He goes, "That's a good idea. That's good. Sounds good to me." We'll have to wait to see when they actually get the MOU in front of council and Eastlake if they agree as well. So the one change from the past sewer committee meeting we had was kind of that extra $12 we were going to charge our residents to have the upkeep of the Willow Eastlake sanitary sewer system. So this is kind of the ideal situation, if I might say, of what it kind of should be, so that they're not triple dipping on us, kind of double dipping because we owe them money. Plus, going forward, we'll pay the same rate as Eastlake. So that's kind of what we'll present today. Passage to have the mayor enter an agreement with the Eastlake mayor for this MOU as presented today.
So Ryan, is this a thing that has been agreed to by City of Eastlake as well, or are we still presenting this to them?
This will get, so I think the best path forward is we pass it as written, and then it'll get presented to Eastlake as written and as passed by our council. Mr. Clammer, who is a solicitor in Eastlake, agreed in principle on the phone, but the guidance was, did he really look at it, or did he just say, "Okay, that sounds good"?
Later or
No, committee meeting.
It's a committee meeting.
You're right on time.
So there's a chance it could come back with an amendment,
Correct.
potentially financially from them.
I would expect some changes to be proposed from Eastlake.
Okay, and then we would have to examine those and then vote on them again.
Correct.
Okay.
But I think if we send them, because it's been outstanding and we've gone through, we're on our third solicitor during these negotiations. If we send them something clean, passed, it may just kind of be passed through, because they're gonna get one lump sum payment. They're gonna see the number, and be like, well, it's $150,000 we don't have today-ish. I'm rounding up, but
Right.
Just as a general comment, I, in my profession, I negotiated labor agreements. One of the things that I always tried to do was to write the language first as part of the proposal.
mhm,
If I waited for them to write the language, then I'm dealing from a position of weakness.
right,
If I write it, then they're amending mine.
yep,
And that to me is always better. So I like the fact that you've gone ahead and, you know, with the help of our solicitors, put this together such that you can put actually something in front of them
right.
and then they have to react to that. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, and that's the opposite of, the first agreement was written by clamor law, right? And we can all agree that was not a deal we would have made, given the status of the situation today. And then they had always been sending us MOUs, so thankfully, Mr. Harrison took the time to take some of the suggestions from their proposal and the feedback from myself and the mayor, and incorporate it and write it, like you said, kind of, you know, the tactics of, say, negotiation instead of war, but you always want to be on the higher point shooting down rather than shooting up the hill, right? So I think, you know, if they agree to terms as written, that is a win-win-win. They have some changes to make. I think we can work through that. And I think one revision that Mr. Roskis brought up was, this is more for you, Mr. Harrison, of the certified check. We just make it a normal check.
They'll be happy when I can, write a check and drive it down the street and put it in their box and they don't have to wait.
What provision precisely?
I think it's, let's see,
1.2.
1.2.
Saves a trip to the bank, an
Yeah.
extra signature.
If they agree to it, then they'll be happy to get their money a couple of days earlier.
$139,000.
Yeah. I mean, we've written checks for like, road contractors that were in excess of that and they weren't certified. So.
I will fix it, Brent.
Would
Can we
you,
wire?
would you do it by wire transfer?
We could do it by wire so long as they provide like the instructions in writing.
Yeah,
We could do it by wire
I'll
also.
leave it the way it is, because it says certified check or wire transfer.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I can remove the word certified.
Yeah, you can remove the word certify. That'll make it more,
oh, that's it, yeah.
It'll make it
Either
easier
Check
to-
or that, right.
yeah.
Good idea. Okay.
oh, that, good.
Make it easier on our fiscal officer, because you don't want to drive to Andover Bank, right?
Right, that's an extra trip and, if they're,
Just real quick, I'm not in a committee.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Um, why would they fork out the surcharge? Because last.
I don't know that they will.
Okay.
Right.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, this is kind of what we think it should be, because frankly, we're already paying money to them, right? They get our full bill. They don't have a sewer levy on right now. They're not really charging residents additional. So at the end of the day, and we have to maintain our own sanitary sewer system, so they have like no liability on our system proper. The only liability they have is maybe,
The water.
exactly, it's maybe 2 miles to the wastewater plant, if that,
And they're getting this $139,000.
right, for the kind of past agreement. So we'll see. I have a feeling there's gonna be something they come back with, but we'll wait and see what that works.
We will see. I believe the city of East Lake has a lot of things happening right now that may distract them from
Mhm.
giving this their full attention.
Right. And it's gonna be hard as someone on council, as we can all appreciate. Someone goes, we're gonna give you $140,000 in a check today. for past due bills. Plus sign a new clean agreement for the next, we put 2040, the next 15 years. If,
40, I think it was.
I think. I
If
think it would be
anything, I
well
think
received.
push back on that date. We'll see.
Yeah, make it a shorter term. Yeah,
On the previous agreement, we were paying less than Eastlake on the rate, correct? The
no,
rate itself, but we were paying, we were giving them the service, I believe, right, wasn't it?
no, we were paying the same rate, like the usage fee was the same. I think the difference was we received monies that they didn't get, right? So that we could maintain our debt service and our maintenance of the sanitary sewer. So when they went and tried to raise our rates above and beyond, we met with Carol Ann and the previous mayor and Mr. Clammer, that would have been in direct conflict with the current MOU we had they instated it and we didn't stop
Right.
that.
Okay. Well,
I think, do we have it on the agenda tonight?
Yeah,
The rest is, yeah, so this will be kind of proposed as written. I recommend we suspend 3 reading rule. Pass it as written if council or anyone on the committee wants some time to read it over. More than happy to leave it on first reading. But I think if we can close the loop on this, and at least put something in front of the city of Eastlake that is passed, signed, sealed, delivered. I think that'll help in the future negotiations of, here's our proposal. Let us know what you think.
Their next meeting is next Monday?
They meet twice a month, so maybe one more time in February.
It's next Monday, yeah, it's next week.
Right.
Okay, yeah, they meet twice a month.
okay. Do I have anything else? Other question? A motion to adjourn?
Gotta be one of the committee members.
Mrs. Mara makes a motion.
Make it committee members.
Oh, committee members.
You want a motion to
Adjourn
Adjourn.
Need a motion to adjourn
that, the committee meeting.
for the work session.
make a motion? Okay. Cause I never do.
Mrs. Hardwick made a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. Mr. Yuhas second, okay. All in, roll call.
Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mrs. Ulas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick.
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting's adjourned. Okay, please stand for the pledge. Jeff. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Grant us, O Lord, light to our understanding, prudence in our investigating, foresight in our planning, sincerity in our deliberating, the grace to follow truth in our judgment. Help us to be moved in our decision, neither by fear nor by self-interest, and to do our work faithfully. May we respect the authority vested in us, for thou art the source of all authority, and may we use it in our directives for the common good, for thy honor and glory. Amen.
Amen.
Call to order, roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce.
Here.
Mrs. Ulas,
Here.
Mrs. Hardwick, Mrs. Mara, Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Okay, public comment, no one is here for the public. Moving on to the meeting disposition of the minutes, do I have a motion to approve the regular council meeting minutes of January 20th, 2026, please? So moved.
And make a
Joyce
second.
makes a motion, Mrs. Mara seconds. Roll call, please. Or discussion, any corrections, errors? Any comments? No. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce.
Aye.
Mrs. Ulas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara,
Here, aye.
Did
Mr.
opposite
Conrad,
of me. Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye. On those days, huh?
Okay, thank you. Moving on to legislation. Resolution 2026-06. A resolution authorizing all actions necessary to accept the Northeast Ohio Public Energy Council NOPEC 2026 Energized Community Grant. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules, please?
Make a motion.
Mr. Joyce makes a motion, Mrs. Mara seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce.
Aye.
Mrs. Ulas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara,
Aye.
Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve resolution 2026-06, please.
I make a motion.
Mrs. Meyer makes a motion.
Second.
Conrad seconds, discussion.
This is just the annual NOPEC Energized Community Grant that's available for any sort of energy efficient projects. I think they're giving us around $1,300 to $1,500 this year. I have to check on the exact figure, but it's around there.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah,
if I may.
yes, please.
So I think in looking at the requirements for it, there may be some opportunity for Mrs. Hardwick to use some of these funds for
Hall.
improvements that we've kind of discussed or targeted for the hall. So I would suggest, as we go through that process, and maybe next council meeting is suggested, we'll have a hall committee meeting to discuss changes, but you know, I think flooring, lighting, all the above might fall into case.
Yeah, anything
Given that
that
it
could be
has
labeled
a-
as energy efficient.
Yeah, right. So you put a little extra insulation on your floor, buy the thicker mat, that's
Yep.
insulation, so the heating cost goes down. So I think it'd be a good use of additional funds for that. Not
By the
that
way,
I
we
want to
did use-
forego any grant funding,
Yeah.
but
We did use some of the funds to replace the insulation in the storage room back here,
Mhm.
so. Because some of it expired last year, so,
yeah.
and then we have, I don't know how much we'll have this year, but
Yeah, I'm not sure how much is left in there, but it's not a lot, but
yeah.
And that's an annual thing, use it or kind of lose it.
it,
type
it expires usually after 3 years. So
Okay.
like the money we get this year will expire at the end of 28, I think. So
Okay,
it's a
so
couple of years, 2 to 3 years.
John, how much did you say this was about?
It's about $1,200 to $1,500.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not gonna pay for a lot, but
It's
still.
not huge, but it helps, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know we've targeted the roofs. Now the pavilions wouldn't have been eligible because they're exterior outdoor
Hmm.
pavilions, but when it does come time to do the main roof, that's something we should consider. And if we have 3 years of NOPEC grants, that's maybe half the cost, quarter of the cost of the total roof. Because that is an energy efficiency gain, so.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce,
Aye.
Mrs. Uhas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara,
Aye.
Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. Next resolution, 2026-07. First reading, a resolution authorizing the mayor and fiscal officer to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the city of Eastlake related to alleged past due balance for the wastewater conveyance, treatment, and disposal, and declared an emergency. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules, please?
So moved.
Mr. Conrad makes a
I'll
motion.
second.
Mr. Joyce seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce,
Aye.
Mrs. Uhas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick, Mrs. Mara,
Aye.
Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. Do I have a motion adopting resolution 2026-07, please?
Make a motion.
Ms. Meyer makes a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Thompson seconds. Discussion.
Do we need to pass as amended to amend section 1.2 to omit the language of certified check on have it be passed made by check or wire transfer to an account designated by the city of Eastlake? Do I need a second motion for that? Or just,
I think that it could be amended to discussion.
okay. So I'd like to propose amending section 1.2 payment terms to exclude the word certified check and have it passed to just say made by check or wire transfer.
No objections.
We need a vote on
We have a
that?
motion, we need a second.
Second.
Okay,
And then I'd vote on it.
All right.
Okay, so,
Second now.
What was the motion?
Mr. Conrad made the motion, Ms. Uhas second.
Seconds.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce,
aye.
Mrs. Uhas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara,
Aye.
Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
The amendment passes. Now,
Motion to approve.
any other discussion on? So,
The only thing I'd say is that there was ample discussion had during the previous committee meeting. where everyone was present, whether as a committee member or as a member of the village, so.
All right. So then a motion to approve? Or if we're.
No, we already did a motion. We were under discussion. So now roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce,
Aye.
Mrs. Ulas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick, Mrs. Mara.
Aye.
Mr. Conrad.
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, resolution 2026-08. A resolution authorizing the mayor and fiscal officer to enter into an agreement with Andover Bank and Star Ohio and declare an emergency. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules, please?
I'll make a motion.
Ms. Mara makes a motion.
Second.
Mr. Uhouse seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce.
Aye.
Mrs. Ulas.
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara,
Aye.
Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. Do I have a motion adopting resolution 2026-08, please?
So moved.
Mr. Joyce makes a motion.
Second.
Mr. Uhouse seconds. Discussion?
So this, every 5 years, we have to designate well, depositories for the village. Since we're not changing them, this is just renewing Andover Bank and Star Ohio. So,
There an effective interest rate we get on the?
Star Ohio is currently at 3.84%. It's the highest in the state. Andover, that doesn't receive an interest rate.
So Andover's like our checking and Star.
Andover's
Ohio
operating and
saving.
Stars for savings or investments.
Could ask that for discussion.
Do we get a free cooler or anything?
No.
Koozies, pens, mints, suckers for the kids.
Okay. No other discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce,
Aye.
Mrs. Ulas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick, Mrs. Mara, Mr. Conrad, Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Next is resolution 2026-09. Resolution acknowledging the donation of a 2015 Ford Interceptor from the city of Willoughby to the police department K-9 unit and declare an emergency. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules, please?
I'll make a
Mrs.
motion.
Mara makes a motion.
Second.
Mr. Conrad seconds. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce,
Aye.
Mrs. Ulas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara,
Aye.
Mr. Conrad,
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. Do I have a motion adopting resolution 2026-09, please?
Was there discussion there?
No, may I need a motion? and
We have
second
to
first.
need the motion for
Okay.
the discussion.
We just-
Make a
I'll
motion.
move to,
That was to suspend the rules. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Mr. Joyce make
yeah,
the
I'll
motion.
make a motion to
Second.
And I'll-
accept the.
Mr. Conrad second. Okay, discussion.
Thank you. Is this a donation to the village or to Luca? Does this stay with the village? I mean, all this saving for vehicles years and years and years, it's been a big deal. Now we're just getting one. What's going on here?
We're getting a vehicle for $100 from the
That's
city of Willoughby, and it's already K-9 ready. It's equipped
Luca.
for
No,
Luca,
that's wonderful.
ready to go, and everybody loves Luca.
Yeah.
Except the added both in the mouth.
I'm not
Well, yeah.
complaining.
So I agree. It's a surprise.
It's just
that-
like,
and I
We got
think
an officer that
Cooter-
came with a
Couldn't
dog. and
say
now we got
no.
a car that's ready for
Cooter-
dogs. That's-
What kind of shape is the vehicle in?
you do know how many miles
We
are
have
on it?
no,
It's on blocks. No.
I would suspect used, but do we?
Well,
keep
yeah,
it if Luca
2015,
goes somewhere else,
Yeah.
or
It's
is
the-
it?
Oh,
the
no,
way the
it's the
legislation's written, it's
Timberlake
to
police
the village of Timberlake, it has no, like, if you read the resolution
Yeah.
it's written, it has no
Stipulation
tie to Luca
or
or the
his shift
officer.
or something like that?
Correct, so
That's what I was thinking.
we are getting a
That's wonderful.
police cruiser with, doesn't say in here, X amount of miles, obviously it's probably operational or we wouldn't accept it. For $100 that has the cage in it, which is frankly, the outfitting for the K-9 unit is worth more than $100 itself,
Yeah, of
so.
course. No, that's amazing.
I know, it's
To
still
have
amazing.
it-
I know.
So are we gonna have to have it wrapped and then I would think this might be a vehicle due to its age that would only be used
And those
by
ships.
Officer Luca.
It's
Right,
gonna
and not
cost,
Put it
I
in
think,
regular
well,
rotation of
11
everyone
I think
else.
$1,150 to put the wrap on it.
Pardon me?
$1,150 for the
Okay.
graphics.
So for
The wrap on it, you mean?
1250.
I'm sure that's less than outfitting it for the dog in the first
yeah.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But while it's on the road, it's still diluting the amount of time the other vehicles are being used, so it's definitely beneficial.
Right,
It's
right.
wonderful.
I appreciate the question there, Councilman Thompson. Struggled and we had to battle and save money to get cruisers and now
Well, it's.
we're getting one for $100.
That's not a new one.
I know,
Sure.
but
But
And I don't think if we had to detain anyone, they would want to be transported in that vehicle either. Okay, because they'd have to have Luca's seat.
it's easier to rinse out, I'm sure.
Yeah. Right.
Yep, so, all right. Any other discussion on that?
I just think that it
Yes.
kind of proves that out in the law enforcement world, that they do see Timberlake as,
Legitimate.
you know, that it's come out of the ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and,
And the
Testament
other
to
communities
the-
want to work with our chief. as
Yeah,
far as
we're
with
being
the K-9
recognized,
unit,
yeah.
you know, the mutual aid and all that. We're working really well with Eastlake and with the other departments. So yeah, it's.
Yep.
And word's getting around, so
Good
Okay.
word
yeah, we get around.
is getting around.
very good word.
Good word. There's a difference.
Yeah, the chief isn't here. We can blow up his head, but he's doing a tremendous job. But
Yeah.
we won't tell him that. but-
Hurry up
That
before he
one.
gets here. We're gonna be here till midnight.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Said, hurry up before he gets here. We're gonna be here till midnight.
Raise them now.
Yeah. All
I'll
right,
just try and be brief.
no other discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce.
Aye.
Mrs. Ulas.
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick.
Aye.
Mrs. Mara. Mr. Conrad.
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to reports. Not much to report. We just had, you know, a lot of brutal snowstorms coming through, but thank God we have a nice break. Everything's been working out pretty good and, so really don't have much to say. Not many complaints at all either, so, which is nice. So
Don't jinx it.
that's it. So next, solicitor's report.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Good.
So we had the MOU with Eastlake that we already voted on and gone through. So I will be talking with Randy tomorrow. I got a lot of emails from the chief regarding MOUs with the mutual aid that he wants me to review and some policy things that he wants me to review. But besides from that, things are going well. I don't know how much detail you want on prosecution, but I got people cutting deals and copping to things that they did. And we actually had one of our defendants apparently decide to flee the jurisdiction that we court.
Oh, wow.
So, you know,
What?
it's fun. I got a lot of good stories, but so things are moving along pretty well, and that's about all I got.
Okay. Ms. Hardwick, council, Village Hall.
I just think that, I'm looking forward to our meeting for the hall, before the next, council meeting. A lot of things we gotta talk about and figure out to keep the hall, as beautiful as it can be. Cause I do have at least one wedding and a couple baby showers and a couple wedding showers, so. Yeah.
Good,
Okay, that's all.
thank you.
What time are we going to have the village hall meeting?
When do you want to schedule a village hall meeting?
Oh, before the next meeting.
Say 6, give it a full
Yeah,
half hour.
Yeah, we need it, yeah.
We need an hour, you think? Or half hour? What do you
Take
think?
a half hours.
Okay.
Half hour.
Yeah, come with your thoughts.
Just as a review, who's on that committee?
I am.
The three.
All the girls.
Nancy,
As it should be.
Linda,
And,
Mindy.
oh, not Ryan, okay.
Like I said, all the girls.
I only raise girls.
Okay, Mr. Conrad, you're up next.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thanks Cindy for sending around thoughts about the hall. I agree with your sentiment that this should be the crown jewel of the village. You know, if we're gonna have weddings, bridal showers, baby showers here. I think it should be a good repair, and there's some sore spots that we can work out. So fully supportive of the endeavor to, we're not gonna get out early tonight.
You gotta say it.
I was being quick too. But fully support the, the ideas to kind of spruce up the hall and get it where it should be, including, and always been a point of contention for me, is the outside of the hall should be pristine during the summer. So we'll work on that with the mayor and service as we get into that. I mean, the snow just melted, so we'll give it some time, but I think this should look like one of the most pristine properties in Timberlake. And then in terms of sewers, we have a meeting coming up with the EPA on where our systemic planning's coming. So we'll have that call, see where we're at for our planning phase of that, and hopefully continue to provide updates on that. And then the sidewalk project is been submitted in stage 3. We've gotten a few feedbacks and comments from ODOT, but we're waiting on their final review and feedback. And then from there, we can go to kind of final traces, which I'll work with Mr. Joyce and the tree committee on how we're going to handle kind of the obstructions and the encroachments that exists along Lakeshore. And then we'll continue to progress from there. So if there's no questions with that, that's my report. And I'll turn it over back to the mayor.
Thank you. Okay, I want to comment on what a great job we're getting done in snow removal. I've had personal contact with the guy running the plow. And he does a terrific job. We don't necessarily need to name him because I think we all know who I'm talking about.
But you're right.
But thank you, John. It's really great. I mean, you were out there before it even started to snow.
He's the Michelangelo of snow plowing, you understand? He measures,
and the aesthetics of what it looks like after he's done is just, it takes into consideration the beautification of the village.
If you haven't, I suggest a ride along, because I did a little ride along.
You too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, can I give it a try? No, not yet. Ride along again.
And again.
I want to go on record that I am not happy with our solid waste disposal, and I'm going to use this word loosely, provider. They are, I wouldn't say they are the absolute worst, but they got to be in the top 5 of absolute worsts. My recycle has not been picked up yet. And you know what? If the village police department wants to come by and cite me because I'm leaving my stuff out there, I don't care. I'm leaving it out there.
Recycling week was last week.
Exactly.
Oh, they didn't pick it up last week?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Did they pick your trash up?
they picked the trash up today.
Okay.
Wow.
Gotcha.
And my,
because of the weather.
Recyclables every other week.
the recycle was supposed to be last Friday.
Yes.
I've had it out there since last Thursday night.
Gotcha.
They still haven't picked it up. They haven't picked it up from the Michaels across the street.
Did you call in the missed pickup?
And you know how they handle their complaints? You don't get a person, you get an automation, and you have to make a complaint for recycling. You have to make a separate complaint for trash. You have to make a separate complaint for anything that is beyond, that doesn't fit into one of those categories.
Have you
So 3 separate complaints
Yeah.
have gone in over that, and they promised that they would be here today to pick it up. The lady across the street still has all of her recycle out. The guy down at the end of my street, he just pulled it all back because his trash is full and over the top. And they just didn't pick up anything on the wayside, nothing, at least up to Shawandasi.
Have you?
There were some people on Shawandasi that weren't serviced yet either. So I am really, really unhappy with them. And I don't care if they had a breakdown. They ought to have trucks that they can cover. And when they say they're coming back, they don't always show up. So it's, when it comes time for us to look at a vendor for this particular service, they will not get my vote. I tell everybody that right now.
Have you
I
tried?
will not second a motion. I will not make a motion.
How do you
You'll
feel?
have some discussion though, I'm sure.
What's that?
I said you'll have some discussion, I'm sure. Have you tried online to notify them or?
We did it online because you
You did
can't call
online?
them. You cannot call them.
Okay, so you can't even get through?
No, it's, you're referred to an online complaint system.
Yeah, and honestly, we've had that same experience when they missed all of Lakeshore during torrential snow and wind, and trash cans were blowing up and down Lakeshore, and I literally went as far as I could, 5 houses down and back when it was, sub-zero, just picking cans up out of the road. And then finally we got a call into our account manager, and he's like, all right, I'm coming. And that was the way we had to do it, not through the normal channels. So I agree that if we're gonna continue to use them as use it loosely like you did, Jerry, as our service provider, they need to step up their game a little bit and, pick up trash. There's circumstances, snow breakdowns that delays it, but should be out the next day to get it.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dan Given is their regional manager. Now, I contacted him originally and I told him, I says, you guys really messed up this time. I says, because they missed 2 council people now. I go, and they're living about it. So he told me, give you the address. I gave him the address, and I'm surprised they didn't come because I even gave him the address.
My recycle is way over the top, and I break down my boxes, okay, so that I can stuff more stuff in there, and they still haven't been by to pick that up. The lady across the street, her boxes are everywhere.
When's that out?
Well, it's a year to year. We're not, it could be up anytime. So what we can do is we can really
We can
go out.
call for bids at any
We can
time.
just call for bids anytime. So the next meeting, if we want, we can have a, committee meeting and decide that.
The village doesn't pay for it, so we don't have the residents are paying for it directly, so there's really no obligation on our part to
Yeah.
keep it up, I don't think.
So
So,
the options are
Like do they have Republic?
public,
yeah.
Willowick.
No,
uses
Lakeline uses somebody different though.
Kimball, does Lakeline use
Oh, it might be
Kimball?
They might use.
I
Yeah,
think it's Kimball,
Wycliffe uses Waste Man.
yep.
But we should check with them and find out how they fared in the bad weather. When they have a breakdown, how's it go?
Right,
I mean, one thing though, the following day though, when we were out there.
they were there.
They just sent a guy out, and I mean, he was out there picking up garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, historically, they've been good and they've been
Yeah.
responsive. It's just been this winter that it's kind of escalated and
Yeah,
got that.
I
And the
don't
recycling,
mind.
I didn't appreciate that they hadn't got your recycling in a week.
Yeah, I don't mind if
2
they're
weeks.
late. Okay, if they let you know that because something comes up, but then if you don't pick it up and you're notified that you haven't picked it up, there's no excuse for not sending somebody out. I don't care if they send it out in a pickup truck. You ought to be picking it up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
So recycling, I didn't appreciate it and pick it up 2 weeks now, right?
Mhm.
Cause
Well,
this Friday is recycling again.
yeah, no, Friday is not a recycling day, not this week. No, that was last week.
No, it was 2 weeks ago. This week was only trash.
Yeah, next week. will be
Yeah.
recycling.
So it was the week before.
Well, there were people that got their recycle picked up last Friday
Like,
and they didn't pick up mine.
like 4 days ago?
Yeah,
That was 2 weeks ago was recycling. This next week's recycling.
well, the other thing is that on our website, we don't have the new schedule
Yeah,
posted.
dude.
Yeah, I went on there on Friday
I'm gonna go
just to
for-
make sure, and the 2025 was up.
Yeah, I know I put it on there.
God only doesn't.
Blame our web designer on that.
2026 recycle calendar.
He updates it.
I
while-
think it was
he
last,
updates
it was,
while he's
it
plowing.
was last week.
Exactly.
It was last week because I didn't put it out,
That's
or
all.
2 weeks ago.
Okay, when was the
Right now,
recycle day?
February 6th and the 20th. So it'll be this
Yeah.
Fridays again. It was last 2 weeks ago and it'll be this Friday.
All right,
Sorry, Jerry, I did put it up.
Well, I'm telling you, John, when I went on there to look at it, it was not there.
Well,
It was the 2025 one was still there.
Either way, you're not.
Plus,
seeing-
I still
what?
can't get onto
your
the
cookies in
webmail.
your computer. you're
Yeah.
gonna Cache. It'll be your cache on the computer. No, really.
Okay,
It's still
well,
bringing up the old.
Yeah, you brought up the old calendar, yeah. I mean, it was probably your cache on the computer. So,
I went on the website to pull it up.
I know, but sometimes when you pull it up, because right now I just pulled it up and it's on,
Okay.
so.
The other thing is I still don't have connection
Yeah.
to webmail.
Oh, that's,
Oh,
No, I'm getting stuff that is forwarded from John to my personal. Yeah,
well, right now I have your mail forwarded to your personal.
okay.
So you're getting everything to your personal, though, right?
Yeah, well, as far as I know, I'm getting it from John. I'm not getting it from all of the other stuff that I normally get, like the Willoughby Hills or Willoughby, East Lake Library and all of the other gobbledygook that we get on the webmail. But, right now I'm getting stuff from, the fiscal officer, so,
so your email has to be fixed.
yeah.
Well, it's the link I sent you goes
I
right to the
didn't-
webmail, but
Didn't do anything, John.
I gotta see.
Yeah, I can bring the computer over to you or whatever,
Yeah,
but yeah.
I'll have to get on your computer, because it sounds to me like you might have to clear the cookies.
Bring
out.
it before it snows. This will be busy.
Yeah, I understand. Finally, the last thing I have is now that the weather is breaking, I'm gonna contact, 3 tree service vendors, to come out and start to just get a look at what needs to be done to remove the obstacles. Not that I want them to quote on it, but I want them to be thinking about it. And then when we get the report back from ODOT of what needs to be done in absolute terms, we can request for, quotes from them for the cost on that and, hopefully move forward. So,
Yeah, and I'd be all right at showing them kind of the prints that you have as a frame of reference, like this is where it's planned to go. What do
Yeah.
you think it's gonna cost? Like kind of just have that. I think that would be
yeah,
helpful.
they can have that in the back of their mind. We're not gonna hold them to that.
No, but if they can give us ballpark, like,
Sure,
X to X amount of dollars, I think that's always helpful.
yeah.
Obviously, they're not beholden to it till it's a written quote, but
Yeah, but I've got 3, what I would consider preferred vendors. I don't want, they have no status, but they are people who have done work for us in the past. And they've been very responsive, so those are the 3 I'm going to call. I could call some other ones that I know are gonna just be high.
right.
For the sake of having extra bids, but I think 3 is what we need, right, John?
Well, I mean, we probably don't legally need 3 bids, but that's typically our process.
Well, there's 2 that based on their responsiveness to us
Yeah.
in the past for our 200-year storms that we had
Back to back.
during Kevin's tenure as tree chair. And so those 2 for sure. And then I have another one that contacted me about the possibility, and so I thought I would throw that one in as well. So
I
that's it.
appreciate that.
That's all I got.
Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah. The Sioux House next.
Playground still covered, although it's definitely warming up and becoming mucky and things. And I know there will be activity down there. Is this something that I should be scheduling a cleanup day for, or, to open the season with
No, when the weather breaks, usually our service guys will.
service guys will take care of that then? I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah, if there's anything, usually get with me or,
Okay.
get with the service guys.
All right. Wasn't sure, how that would go, because I know there'll be a lot of activity. I've already seen extra people walking dogs and with strollers out already, when the weather just, broke. Everybody's anxious
And.
to get out.
Around too. The
Pardon me?
New swing set, they're enjoying it, I hope.
Yeah, I'm sure. I was thinking of setting up a curling, on the basketball, the basketball court, watching the Olympics. It's like, oh, we could do
Yes.
that.
Italian bocce on ice.
Yeah, exactly.
When does the net go up? When the weather breaks, or is
The what?
the net, tennis court, pickleball net?
Oh, wait till the weather breaks.
when
Yeah,
the
that'll
weather breaks?
be-
Okay.
Right.
We still have more snow coming.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, oh, yeah, we got, yeah.
We get a
St.
little
Patty's Day,
50-degree
we
weather,
always
get
have
excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
One of my neighbors, Irma, had said to me that she had taken her granddaughters down to, use the hill for sled
Mhm.
riding. And her one granddaughter said, look, you've got new swings. And Irma didn't, she didn't pay any attention or know, but her granddaughter pointed out that we had new swings. So I think that was kind of cool.
Absolutely.
The kid
Yeah.
noticed.
The end, well, sure, the end user
Yeah.
recognize that. That's all.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Gary Gray's having a problem getting in the website too, for some reason, so, into his email.
Yeah, I don't know, John, if it had anything to do with it, but when Margaret's email access got cut off, somehow mine did too. Which makes no sense, but, and so it may just be coincidental.
Yeah.
But-
Okay. Okay,
I had our arborist, thank you, Mayor. I had our arborist contact me saying that cleveland.com grabbed some comments that we had from our last meeting about how great our canopy was still compared to the rest of the other cities. So cleveland.com might be writing an article, we don't know. Because our arborist is very much into helping us and we need some grants to get more trees. That was all I want to say about trees. And number two, yes, I'd like to get rid of this floor. I think I'm the oldest member on this council with the mayor. It gets worse and worse and worse. There's no polishing in the world that could get that floor. We need to get that committee going. That's it. That's all I have.
okay, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I also appreciate Cindy taking care of the hall. We're throwing a baby shower for a family member coming up in March. And I think it's the fourth time we rented the hall. So we always appreciate the improvements anytime, the paint job was the first, big one, and that really made a good, good bit of difference. So yeah, new floor will be amazing.
And I'm curious as to how long it would take because my weekends are getting booked. So, I need to.
Not her personal weekends, her
Yeah, my weekends are. Anybody hear that?
We think.
Are you talking just flooring for the center or the whole thing?
Whole thing.
The whole thing.
Okay, Okay.
That one we want to
Oh,
talk
that
about.
would be easy.
Yeah, that
That'll be
won't take
enough.
very long.
Yeah,
Are you gonna do like final tile or what's?
Yeah,
the-
like plank, it's.
Like the
it's pretty
plank.
square.
Yeah, the plank flooring,
That'll go down.
because you don't have a lot of nooks and crannies in here. This will be
One
It'll be done in 2 days.
I'm hoping it could be.
Maybe
max 2 days.
2 days, yeah. With the trim and everything.
Let's hope.
This is,
Yeah.
this is something the mayor can talk to you about more specifically, but just make sure they're using the right product. There's
Right.
cheap stuff that they could put
Oh,
down, and then there's like better
Commercial.
vinyl, luxury vinyl plank, life-proof, stuff like that, much better quality. And it'll be durable, and it'll be waterproof, and it'll last a lot longer. It'll nick up a lot less for longer periods of time. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
And
Sure.
also, if there's in the budget and there's time, to look at the, restrooms. Those sinks and those things, they're way outdated.
Yeah,
So-
just right. If I go
Yeah.
more like they're getting something for their money.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it.
We're,
Like
yeah.
for a nice wedding, their bride's using the bathroom. Yes. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And then not to be redundant following Jerry, but I always like to acknowledge the mayor's work on the plowing. Thanks for getting us through that deep freeze. It was a lot of snow. It was, a lot of late nights. I saw you out there. Sometimes I'm up late and I see you out there pitch black and, early mornings, late nights. It was, so yeah, so I always want to, I always want to acknowledge the mayor, especially until we start figuring out a way to pay for it or someone else is doing it, whatever, but it is appreciated. Thank you. And that's all I got.
Beautiful. Okay. Mr. Rasmus, fiscal officer report.
Our monthly financial report through January 31st, our general fund ending balance is at $503,725. Our monthly revenue for January was $30,635 versus expenditures of $72,794 for a net deficit for the month of $42,159. This excludes several advances and returns. $25,152 was returned from the playground construction fund with a reimbursement from ODNR. $34,500 in funds were advanced back to the sidewalk construction fund for expenditures this year, while $6,286 was returned due to an OPWC reimbursement in the sidewalk construction fund. Expenditures were above expectations primarily due to increased insurance premiums, up about $7,000 year over year to $23,681, and delayed billing of the repair to the guardrail, which was $4,875. Our income tax revenue for January was $21,959 net of RETA fees for the month versus $20,573 in January of 2025. By comparison, our total January 2026 revenue was $30,634 versus $30,783 in January of 25. At this time, it is too early to calculate a surplus for this fiscal year. However, we expect another positive year fiscally, so long as expenditures are well managed and our income tax revenues continue to be robust. Other significant fund activity and miscellaneous. We made our biannual payment to OWDA for our sanitary sewer project loan in the amount of $7,086.95, and to OPWC in the amount of $1,415.52 for our 2015 street improvement project. We received a reimbursement from Lake Tran for our sidewalk project in the amount of $10,325.65. And this benefited our State Highway Fund 2021, as this is from where the local match for the engineering fees has been paid to date to Verdantis. Additionally, $2,237 was received from the Ohio Attorney General for continuing education for the police department. And finally, $4,131 was paid to Royalty Roofing out of the Village Hall Capital Fund for pavilion roof repairs. The only other item I had is I think we have to turn in a cybersecurity policy by June or July. So I don't know if Chief, have you started to work on that with Lake County IT or anything? Okay. All right. I don't have anything else.
Good.
I just want to ask a quick question. When these people demolish our guardrail in court, do they have to pay for that?
Yeah. Insurance usually.
Oh, not our insurance, but does the person who did it?
Their insurance,
Oh,
usually.
Yeah.
We usually have to
Under that
put up the
property
money
damage.
first though, right?
Yeah.
We usually put the money up first. We get reimbursed.
It can go both ways. yeah.
Okay.
This time we, they got us a check. We paid you right up to check.
Yeah, sometimes they'll pay it directly. Sometimes they'll send us the check and then we pay it. It just
So did the.
depends on their preference.
It's unfortunate it happens so often. You have to use the word sometimes plural.
That would be worth knowing.
It's a regular occurrence.
Cut us a check quickly. That,
There's four times since I've been on council.
Yeah, but we can't
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
when They hit us.
no.
It might be
No.
4 times in a shorter time.
know.
I remember 4.
Okay,
Cause there's
there
some.
you go.
Twice this past year.
These
Yeah.
fight-
So did-
That's part of.
Was this one a pass-through check or a?
They have to.
This one Progressive paid us and then we
Mhm.
paid the contractor.
Okay, so the pass-through, we just held receipt of it.
Yeah.
So a net deficit of 42,000 this month, is that because of carryover expenses from
You don't know.
December and just
Uh,
our appropriations? Is that
Yeah.
gonna be something we can expect? Have deficit spending the rest of the year, or is it just because of
Typically, I
the
think
year and the start of the year?
typically expenditures are ahead of
Plan.
revenue in January.
Okay,
The reason it was higher than it would have been was because of the insurance premium
Yeah.
and then the guardrail payment. So normally we'd still be running a deficit of like 25 to 30,000 in January.
so do we pay the 23,000 for the insurance up front? Not just 7,000 per month?
No, we paid the 20,000,
Okay, so
681 for the
it's
entire year.
7,000 year over year, but
Yeah, we
it
don't-
was a big lump sum payment.
Right, last year is, we paid 16,000.
Okay,
Yeah, 16,681 or so. But we pay that upfront for the entire year.
'Cause we got quite a, were we in deficit in December? You recall, I think we were underspent because we were waiting a lot of reimbursements, which we got in January. So the ODNR return, Lake Tran return, other grants we got returned on. So I would have expected January to be a little more whole, but it's probably because December was underspent.
Well, I mean, historically, January has been a deficit month. It's just, where the income, because most of our income tax, the biggest months are probably April and May, so it's like a month behind.
Yep.
And then we get, property taxes around March, although it's been unpredictable the last couple of years. They just can't figure out what month they pay us on.
Do we get 1 month payment or two, or is it?
There's
monthly?
2 property tax payments.
So it's-
Income taxes income taxes twice a month. And, property taxes twice a year.
Okay, so it's not off the standard.
really- it's
grant.
not-
It's
it's
$42,000
not,
deficit doesn't give you any heartburn?
No,
Okay,
correct.
thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Moving on. Chief.
I'll make mine quick, so,
Famous last words.
for the month of January, we actually had 419 calls for service.
Wow.
So at this pace, we will, surpass any other year we ever had before.
So in
Um,
time, you'll surpass a year's worth.
What's up?
Said in 1 month, you'll
Yes.
surpass a year's worth.
That was, yeah, that was 4 years worth. Um, Let's see, fortunately, we lost 2 officers to full-time employment. They resigned, took full-time employment. It's gonna happen that we train them and we send them on their way. I will be, it's probably tomorrow, we'll be receiving our gift from Willoughby, which will be the K9 Cruiser for Luca. So then next will happen is Steve will strip the decals off of it. It's gonna get detailed professionally, interior, exterior, and the motor. Then it's gonna get striped to match our 884 car. And then we actually pulled some more equipment out of there, so it's gonna be all decked out, laptop. Everything is getting moved from one vehicle to the next vehicle, so the cost will be a lot less. Hopefully the third time the charm with selling this 883, so we can send this car on its way to the next happy owner.
It's cursed.
Yes,
Wait,
if it doesn't, we're gonna go drop it off in Lorraine.
so sold,
What
As a-
happened?
as a
Did it
donation, I'll
not
pay it.
sell?
so sold, no, it's sold.
Three times
They
twice.
didn't answer, then they go to the second one, and then they had to
Posted it.
post
This is
it.
the third posting.
And the second guy was a character. I talked to this guy probably like 6 times out of New York. And then, the next thing you know, he was supposed to pick it up on Monday and the mayor calls me and he's like, he bailed. And I'm like, I'm done. So, so we're gonna be working on, hopefully this goes.
Is
It's got-
Will be looking for a car? We can just.
I'd love to
donate
give it to
them
him.
for $100.
Great.
I'd trade him on like five other cars and I'd be happy
Pay
to.
him an extra $100 and send it.
Then
to
they'll
him.
take it.
So that's really what we're doing on that. We're setting up a lot of training coming up for this year, so we're waiting to hear back from Axon for the taser instructors course. Hopefully that will happen again in April or May. We're going through a lot of legal updates for courses that we need to do to make sure that we are up to date on all the legalities of it, all that up to date. So had a supervisor meeting today for a supervisor within the police department, so just trying to improve things. So we'll be having another good thing. So I'm challenging all council to be involved. We'll have our second annual golf outing this year. So I hope to see everybody in taking part in that. So I know the mayor said he's gonna pull his pings out and come out golfing. So we're looking forward
Can I
to it.
include the date, just to make sure I'm in?
Yes, no, yeah, exactly. That's the ping he's gonna show me.
There's-
It's gonna be, exactly, it's gonna be in August, this year, so it's gonna be
August.
about a month earlier. so.
I thought they changed that to September now, September 13th or.
It was supposed to be 12th, but you have a grandbaby that's due on the day after, so we're moving it.
You know,
Why is it?
Look,
that-
see, look, how do I know this? I do.
Well, I know why you know this, because you're on the the
But
committee,
it's actually, I was actually glad that it's doing it in August, because I think the
Okay.
chance of getting better weather is even better, because we'll have a nice day. So we're gonna go back to Powderhorn. They're the most responsible for us, and we try to go out to Mentor, but unfortunately, because of other police departments really tearing up their course on their events with alcohol and a lot of other things, they want a 150 person minimum, and we're not gonna touch that. You know, that's just still gonna be a loss. So a lot of good community events. We received a check for being the Department of the Month. I forwarded it to Johnny so that we can do it for candy for our Family Fun Day. So there'll be $200 worth of candy coming this way. So, a lot of things, trying to do a few more things in the works. I know I shot Neil probably way too many emails over the last, week. So not five, I'm sure it's more than five. So
I just counted.
did you count them? That's only five. I got a few more to go, so don't worry. So, enjoying working with Neil, I love his insight on a lot of things. And so, it's going to be, I think, a good relationship. He's very receptive and responsive on questions. And, a lot of times I know when he's calling me, he'll call me and we'll talk. And it's the best way. And we're like, that's it. That's how we handle it from this point on. So what? No.
There, call right back, like, wow,
Right. So
we appreciate that.
It's almost like that's what you're paying me to do.
Really?
Should I stop?
really,
No, don't stop,
absolutely not.
please.
so no, so we're enjoying it, trying to make an impact, definitely making an impact in a lot of things we're doing. So, there's a thing coming up, and, Ryan, you'll appreciate this. So State of Ohio, we're part of the collaborative, so we have to get recertified this year. We're in the process of doing that as well. The good part is they're actually having a conference April 14th and 15th. So a few of us are actually going to go down there, and the grants committee guy is down there, and they're part of this club in Columbus. Oh yeah, so we'll be heading down there because the JAG grant is going to be coming back out in June, and I already know what we're going to type for. Although I can't officially say what I was told. But it's really good news that it's going to work for us even better, which will be 2 years of back to back, and this will be the next year we're going to type again for even more. So, it's like I said, so we continue to move, keep changing as things develop. Within the next probably year, we'll be all black cruisers instead of all white. So the new look, the nice satisfaction. I was at the FOP meeting the other day, and it's nice to hear from every department officer about the transformation. They're like, you have the first finally police department that's a valid police department that, you guys are truly keeping your weight. And I said, we're still working to get better. So each day we do better and better and better. So body cameras, it's wonderful to have. We had an accident. One of our officers was actually grabbing a coffee, and an accident happened right in front of him, actually, believe it or not. And it was a pretty significant head-on collision. And so it was, so we did our report, plus we let the body camera run the entire time, and the county prosecutor called us and said, hey, do you have a police report? I go, would you like the body camera footage as well? And she's like, you're joking. I go, I'll run it out to you shortly. So it's really nice to have that stuff. So as much as people might not like it, it's such a wonderful thing on there, because I watched that body camera and I saw certain things in there, and I was like, now I know why the county's taking this case, because the person was seriously injured, and that's why they're going on bigger charges. So we continue to try to do better and better and better, and we're going to do better and better and better. So 2026 is going to be even a better year than 2025. So.
Great.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Chief, how many miles are on the donated vehicle from?
I don't know, but I can tell you this much: when it started no problem at all. I mean, when he started up, the tires were all good. I was telling the mayor, I was trying not to be, ungrateful, because I was just, I'm trying to
Right, you beat him up, you can't even negotiate at
right.
that point. It's $100.
He started. I'm like, this car's not going to even start, and he turned the key and it started better than our 885, and I'm like, okay, so they're happy to put it. Originally, I just asked for the cage, and he's like, you want the whole car? And I go, sure. So I'm always asking everybody for everything. So anybody wants to donate anything, I'll take it.
That's appreciated.
We just spoke on it and
Yeah.
discussed, today we had a quick discussion. I was like, all right, so we spent years and years and years. We have an auto fund. We were trying to get these vehicles. It's been a struggle. Why are we just getting one dumped on us? It was like, it's just a shock,
Well,
but it's great. I realize it's a used vehicle, but still it's like, it's wonderful. I mean,
It still is, but and it's in, like the mayor and I are talking, even if we get a year or two out of it, it's phenomenal.
yeah, no,
So,
well, it dilutes our other vehicles
Yes.
from having to run. So
and like the long term, like we've talked about before, the long term is the sustainability of the police department. So we don't have two cars with 120,000 miles on there, you know, and we put a second new car in there. We got two new cars that, you know, we're good for the next 5, 6 years. And we could truthfully by rights, pull that equipment out in 4 years or 5 years, trade the car in, slap that equipment in because it's the top of the line equipment now. And we go another 4 years, it's not going to cost us that much money. So it's the way of planning for the future. It's painful, but you know, but this opportunity, what I did was I reached out to I joined the Ohio Association of Chiefs of Police. And so I put up, just when I did for the tasers, I put a request out, said, hey, anybody got equipment they want to give? And I had a few departments, reach out about equipment. And when he joked about giving, I go, you're joking about the car, right? He's like, no, you can have the car. And I go, when can I come out to see you? He's like, how's Wednesday? I go, see you there. What time would you like me there? And so, that's how we're looking at that way. Like the tasers that we had donated, eventually those are going to get traded into our new tasers, and it'll be a $2,500 credit that we'll get. So, it's stuff that we're moving on along. And the mayor and I talked about trying to have an auction and auctioning off other stuff that we have, surplus stuff that really doesn't need to be sitting around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's short-term investment for
long-term,
long-term
yes,
sustainability.
it's gonna,
Painful
because
upfront. but
yeah, I mean, our new Explorer only has 4,000 miles on there. So, we're doing wonderful and we're still rotating them. And this way, this is gonna be wonderful. So when the next one comes, that will be the one that's serviced by the rest of the officers. Then this will be a supervisor car or that way. And it's the right way for the future of the village. So the long term, the next 10, 15 years, that those issues are a moot point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, it's great.
so keep trying to figure out the best way how to get stuff done. So, and we're gonna get it. So-
You're doing it, right? You're
Oh,
getting it done.
absolutely.
It's appreciated.
We're always trying to figure out a way. So the mayor and I have lots of talks.
Yeah, we do. Good one. Thank you, chief. Okay, zoning and property maintenance. There were only 2 permits, one for an interior remodel and one for a contractor registration permit. That was it for the month. And moving on to purchases and approvals. Do I have a motion to approve the January 2026 financial report, please?
So moved.
Mr. Conrad made the motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Joyce seconds. Discussion on that? Unheard? Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce.
Aye.
Mrs. Ulas.
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick.
Aye.
Mrs. Mara. Mr. Conrad.
Aye.
Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Second public portion comment. Anyone have anything to say?
Anything to say?
Yeah, we got out early. I have two questions, if I could remember the second one. The first one, though, if someone could correct or could tell me, do we allow people to go house to house and try to sell people things? I forget what you call that.
Solicitor.
Yeah, do we allow that here in the village?
No,
No.
No.
Not at,
no, so if we can catch them, that's the key thing. So I got a call yesterday when I was working and I was actually gonna say it off the record, but so the mayor called me and said, hey, someone was just at his house. So I happened to pop out real quick and
I sent them down there.
I grabbed him. I grabbed the young kid and, and it was funny because the conversation was, he's like, am I being detained? And I said, absolutely you are. And I said, it's against the law to solicit here in the village. And so he didn't like that I ran him and I sent him on his way and followed him all the way back to his car to drive away.
Wait a minute, was he tall, had glasses?
No, he was a landscaping guy. So I tried telling the mayor that his son bought the product, but he didn't. So.
All right, because I called Central Dispatch about the guy who came to my front door, AT&T.
Yesterday.
And then, I saw Officer Kimberly talking to him across the street, caught him over there.
Yeah.
If we if we can get out there and catch them, then we usually do. And that's the key
So what
thing
was
is,
that guy doing?
they're not
Yeah.
supposed
So
to. And we
what-
talked about it before, which I think we need to, the suggestion was to make a sticky that people can put on the door that it's against the law to solicit. And if it's a violation of the village code, and this is what the fine is.
Well, they're not gonna read it. AT&T was just out last year.
Yep.
We had the same
I know.
thing. And they put yard signs in and we had to tell them to go take it down. I mean, Mr. Harrison, is there something we can do for a
Sure.
company like AT&T that is just blatantly continuing to smirk at our laws and
When they get
ordinances?
to the door, I tell them, you can't be doing this.
I mean, we have a clear legislation. We're part of the NOPEC, no knock, or is it NOPEC or what's the no knock registry that we're on?
I think it's snowpack.
NOPEC, yeah, we're on that and they still come out and they send these young kids that frankly, they're just trying to make their way through college. I don't blame the kids, but why are these, and it's not even AT&T, they're just selling AT&T products. They're a third-party contractor, but
Right, right.
you're gonna be trying to sell me a Fortune 500 company and you guys can't check the laws. And do we have to put up signs on every cross street that says no solicitation allowed?
Probably wouldn't hurt. A sign here and there.
And then the ordinance number.
I mean, they don't knock on my doors on Lakeshore. They're like, they can't afford what I'm selling. They come in, they know.
The
We could have-
pragmatic answer is not one you're going to be okay with. You post the signs.
It's still
The
gonna
question becomes from a results point of view. If we were to file, if the village was to pay money to file a lawsuit against them, is there any money on the other end? And I think that the best we can hope for is the chief's response.
say-
Signage, I think, with the NOPEC graphic, if we can, would definitely help. However, you're not going to really be able to stop people from trying.
Yep.
Okay.
And I don't know whether or not the council would want to spend the money to do that at this point, because I think the chief's response is probably the most appropriate response to the situation.
Yeah, and it's been effective, but it seems it's effective for that season. And then they come back
Oh, yeah.
next season, the
Someone
next
else will come
season.
back
Yeah,
next
I
time.
mean, they're persistent,
Gutter.
as good salesmen are.
Maybe we need to put it in the Timberlake Times, because I'll tell them you're not allowed to be here, not allowed to do this, and they keep trying to sell me, and then I close the door and I call dispatch. But I don't know how many houses he's been to before that.
Absolutely.
So I think we need to put the word out to all the residents. I don't know how to do that, but if somebody
that's
knocks
good.
on your door,
Yeah, that's a good idea to put it in the Timberlake Times. Just give, if you're getting something,
Yeah, it's a little bit like feeding the deer.
Yeah, who reads the time?
Because
They don't stop people there.
the problem is that if you have somebody that is willing to talk to a solicitor who comes to your door, it defeats the whole purpose of having the signs up. Because unless you have everybody saying, you're not allowed to be here, they're gonna continue to knock on doors. And if the only thing that happens to them is that we call the police department and they run them off,
Isn't it a misdemeanor crime?
Yes. I just sent you I
Start
sent you
citing
one that's out there. Yes, we could. I mean, we could start doing that. If it becomes a problem, we can definitely do it. I'll post it on the
I
Facebook
hate
page.
that.
And I'll post our ordinance out there, for residents to call. So if they see it,
I hate to cite a, 20-year-old college kid that's just doing what he's told, but is there a way to cite the company for sending him out or?
yeah.
But your presumption is it's AT&T when it's not.
Right.
But they're selling AT&T products.
But it's a third party.
It's a third party.
Today.
Yeah.
So it's one man,
Yeah,
$100
yes.
and an LLC.
Yeah, I know. It's not for the financial gain of the village. It's just like, how do we get them to stop on this cycle? Because we've
Yeah,
had
it's
the
not-
same AT&T, we've had the same landscape guy or company, and they're all, like you said, third-party companies just.
But it's new people each time. so
Yeah,
They
they don't
come in
know.
ignorant, they
Yep.
don't know, like,
Well, yesterday's guy, I didn't let him in my house, but he looked through my front door and then he could see in my backyard because he mentioned that Augie was a beautiful dog. And are those chickens back there?
wow.
So, you shouldn't be knowing that stuff
Yeah.
about me. I didn't
Well,
let you in my house.
One thing that occurs to me is if we were able to identify the company itself
Hmm.
that is doing it, so maybe some interaction or something,
Yeah.
then
What company do you work for?
a strongly worded letter.
A cease and assist letter, essentially.
just stay out of our village, yada, yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada. We don't allow soliciting.
And
Legal action could be taken.
We can come put together a certain amount of verbs and adjectives that hopefully will encourage them to not come back.
Jerry, you hit it on the head, like someone knocks on your door, I'm gonna be friendly to him at first, right? I don't know who it is. I'm not gonna say, get off my lawn, right? Like I'm gonna say, hey, how's it going? I'm gonna be friendly, and then it just starts their spiel, right? Until you say you can't be here. And we know that as council members, but I don't think most of the village would be
Yeah,
that stern.
Cindy's idea of putting it in the Timberlake Times.
Or a little
Website
placard,
and
you can
everywhere.
make stickers that.
I sent you, we can make stickers. There's a local printing guy we have. Probably I forgot, he gave me a quote before, but we can have him twisted, change to put our village on there,
Yeah.
the ordinance and everything else and.
I
give
think
it
I've
to-
seen that in other municipalities of like,
Sure.
you can't.
Yeah, you see no solicitation signs up all the time.
Yep.
Stickers, he says, keep sending to all of us.
Yep.
Give them out of county fund days.
I don't know, that was the term.
This is great.
Great.
Cindy taught me a while ago that it's not legal.
Yeah.
So I did tell him yesterday it wasn't legal. And he said, oh, no, he said, I was talking to the police officer down at the end of the street and, or he came over. I guess that person came over to him and asked and said, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm glad to hear that, that he questioned you.
And they could be lying to you,
Yeah, he's
Say,
probably lying.
Oh, I talked to the mayor. They've done
Oh,
it before. They
yeah.
said, oh, I talked to the mayor. And the
He was
mayor's
at
like,
the
I am
mayor's
the
house.
mayor. So they'll lie to you to get,
I told him, I said, if you don't want to believe me, I said, you can talk to the lady next door.
And he did,
She's the
and he
council.
found out.
But did you see where he went afterwards?
I told dispatch, he's on East Shore. And he not pulled him over because he wasn't in the car, but
Stopped him?
Kimberly stopped him and they were chatting out in front of Kim's house. And I saw him point to my house and I'm like,
Yeah, she's got chickens.
Hey,
I mean, that kind of,
be possible, get
Creepy.
next time or put out a
Yeah.
thing
Don't
to your
wait too much
officers
about it.
memo saying.
But he went,
"Time you
but he
stop
went
before
across the
third,
street to Irma's
recognize
house.
by the council."
And then he went across.
Yeah,
the
but that's
street to
something I'm
Mr.
just actually getting right now.
Yeah, but I have to say something. 2026.
well, maybe, I don't know if he was coming up or down, but the officer was out there speaking with him for
Yeah,
good
but
5
he
minutes.
continued to go up to their front doors.
After he talked to the officer?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you have anything else? Cause I was gonna jump in. Do you have anything else?
I don't remember what it was.
Okay, 2026, big political year. There's gonna be political people in the neighborhood. Okay, you put these things on your door, which you're allowed to. You're allowed to put things on your doorstep, and they're allowed to put things on your doors. That is not soliciting. Okay? That is not soliciting. So,
My door,
I mean,
how they gonna put them on my door, like on my door?
Door
handle?
hangers.
door handles.
Fingers.
Or they could even come knock on your door and
Yeah, they-
talk to you on behalf of the candidate, like with super First Amendment territory.
because they're not selling anything.
Right.
Right, that's allowed.
Just people.
Soliciting.
Just
That's
Just
a problem.
soliciting people.
So if
Solicitation.
you don't like that, I mean. But I'm the B side of the aisle here. I used to be a salesman and I'm a politician.
Oh, yeah.
Done them both too.
Yeah, so, I'm never afraid, not gonna go to no is a no.
Well,
But,
they can do it as long as they can do it until they get caught.
Yep.
Once they get caught, they leave. That's all. And that's what we're gonna do. I mean, really, we do have a policy where they can actually apply to get a
Yeah.
permit. But they have to come to the mayor to get it. So,
They always end up at your house.
they do.
It's not even like the right part of the village to start, or maybe they go, let's go to the back and work our way up.
but we've had a few solicitors. I had one solicitor come, I says, well, do you have a permit? Oh, yeah. Where is it? It's in my car. I go, oh, really? I go, you can't have one. He goes, yeah, I do. I go, no, you can't because you had to get it through me. I'm the mayor. Oh. So, yeah, they'll try anything.
Are you trying to say that salespeople can be less than honest?
Oh, no, not at all. It's just being exaggerated a bit.
persuasive.
Yeah. So anyway, but
She
Thank you.
so
She sent them to you.
wanna do that, oh, that's what this is ID. I said, no, that's another.
Yeah.
I really didn't know, because I don't know what they look like, but I did tell them, you need to go get them from the mayor, and I told them how to get to your house.
Yeah, there's a process for a permit also that will require from the company if they're gonna do it, officially. So, we just don't want anyone in the neighborhood. So we'll have to have like, I'll require liability insurance from them, certificate and so forth. And I want to know the name of the employee. They'll have to be properly identified. All these things have to be done if they want to do it properly and get a permit. But they have to do that ahead of time. So anyone you see out there right now, chances are they probably don't have a permit. So if that's the case, we call central dispatch. This way our officers will take care of it and just escort them out politely. So,
Politician, like you said, First Amendment rights, you're allowed to put something on your doorstep.
yeah, this is for solicitors only if they're selling something. Anything else?
And it's a safety hazard at the end of the day, right? You don't know who this person is and what they're doing there. They
Yeah,
could
we
be
don't.
casing your house or casing the
Right.
neighborhood.
Casing my chickens.
Sure.
They want your chickens, right? They want the girls and
We don't have an egg
no,
shortage anymore.
that,
about
that's the thing. And it's not that we don't want people selling things or going door to door. Just follow the process and get the permit.
Okay, anything else?
I
anyone
didn't seal
wants
up
to add
there, go with that.
Before we adjourn? Okay, if nothing else, do I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Right, Conrad makes a motion?
I second.
You do.
I do.
Mrs. Howard, second. What do you know? Roll call, please.
Mr. Joyce, Mrs. Ulas,
Aye.
Mrs. Hardwick,
Aye.
Mrs. Mara, Mr. Conrad, Mr. Thompson.
Aye.
Thank you. We are adjourned. Our next council meeting will be Tuesday, March 17th at 6:30 PM. And we will have a
St.
village hall committee meeting at 6 PM.
Isn't that St. Patrick's?
It is St. Patrick's.
Should we have to be sober?
He's Italian. He doesn't care.
So,
No.
Do you ever?
no.
We'll just have to bring some corned beef up. Crock pot full of corned beef, some Reubens. At the hall.